navigate, do all the weather, and communicate.
Winch up, and we lost these two pieces to the sea, but
Slowly down.
Isn't that the best office in the world?
Good morning, this is day 2 of 6:30, at least 6:30 Caribbean time. I was making fun of the situation because like, oh, it's such a tough sailing, you know, there's so many ships and the weather is tough and everything. The truth is, you know, it's so smooth that I think I'm gonna go do yoga on the roof. Yeah, we're still the same. We still get like 10 knots of wind, doing 7 and change. In the right direction. It's good. Let's keep it that way. Still doing alright on the water. Fuel is not even touched. We're starting to produce some electricity from the solar panels. Let's see other things. I usually, when I wake up in the morning, I do like a quick inspection of the ship to see if everything is in order. That includes looking into the engine room or the workshop. It's a bit of a mess, but don't mind me. It's organized the way I can find things. So I can look for water anywhere. See if everything that is operating is still operating. I look into the engine room further down. Specifically at the autopilot pump, which is right here, and all the hydraulic components. That's our main piston for the steering. Make sure there's no leaks or anything like that. Let's see if the engine is looking good. Everything seems to be in good order. And then I walk around the ship, just check everything, literally. Just kind of look things over. See if nothing's cracked, broken, or compromised in any other way. Look at the rigging. I actually take binoculars. I take binoculars and look at the rigging to see if there's anything funny. Might be a little windy. Things are looking good. Everything looks happy. Yeah, the rigging. Yesterday I discovered that there's a twist on the main halyard, but we'll undo it when the supposedly, according to the forecast, we might lose a little bit more wind. 2 nights ago I noticed that there's a bit of a vibration on the propeller, wound up on the propeller. You can see, make sure that there's no leaks. Almost. Yep, everything's dry here. And that's about it.
Kapitan w kuchni.
Się dzieje.
Ale co robi?
Trzeba zużyć te bagietki, które starym dobrym
Pyszności.
przepisem mojego taty jeszcze z komuny, kiedy to chleba się nie wyrzucało.
So I'm just trying out the Inmarsat phone that Peter has brought. Iridium was a little bit spotty. I mean, you could talk, but it was a bit painful. No, let's try this one. Now I'm calling Ania.
Pogadaj.
Cześć.
Cześć, mój pierzyny kochany,
Poczekaj.
cię mocno, moje skarbonie kochane. Ojej, tęskniłem za tobą, mój pierzynku
Wondering if thousands of miles away the sky's just as blue. It's as if I'm stuck in yesterday when I'm thinking of you. 'Cause when
Okay guys, so I did something stupid. I led this line on the other side and it actually popped the entire winch up and we lost these two pieces to the sea, but thanks to me being a total hog when it comes to spare parts, I actually had these two spare parts on board, so we're pretty much able to put them back together. This is what it's supposed to look like when the winch is complete and working order. So now we have to basically pop it back on and put these things together. So down, put this back together with this thing here, bolt on. Okay. Now we're gonna put the cap on, screw it on so that then there is a special tool for that, but I'm too lazy to try to find it. Alright, it's happy.
Hey guys, it's super calm. We have like 5 knots of wind. We're doing about 4 knots and almost in the right direction. So I'm hesitating to start the engine. So for the time being, as long as we're doing 4 knots, it's all good. I'll take you around the boat later. I'll show you maybe how we organized a lot of things. All right. Robertku,
Ano,
co ty
Miláčku,
robiš?
Já píšu do lodního deníčku. Tam se každou hodinu se zapisuje kilometry, šířka, délka, sok a všechno tak.
No to super.
Třeba zapísač.
Děkuji.
Po polsky.
Po polsky.
Tak.
How are you feeling? For the
Super.
moment.
I feel great. I feel very relaxed. The weather is very relaxed. The speed is very relaxed. So I think we're all slowing down.
I think the speed is almost too relaxed.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Hopefully that's gonna change soon.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
O, Ania tutaj gotuje. Aneczko, wyjaśnij naszym drogim telewizom, dlaczego grzebiesz pod kanapą?
Flaszka do kawy w naszych zapasach.
To Ania z Anią tak dzielnie tutaj pozarządzały wszystko.
O!
Dziękujemy wam, Anie. Nyczek. So we changed to this sail, which is Genoa, and the gennaker is wait, that one. Anyway, and the mainsail, and this is it. There's nothing more going on here. It's really relaxed. The weather's been pampering us, and now it's just almost too much. So stable, so quiet, so peaceful. I can actually record on deck without any problems. It's amazing. Good morning, day 3. It's Monday, May 3rd. We're about 450 miles away from St. Martin, and as it turns out, we're straight to the east, about 700 miles from Bahamas, from our favorite place from Exumas. A fresh forecast daily, so that we know what we're doing. There's Bahamas, and here we are, right here. And as you see, we managed to negotiate the biggest, the lightest calm that we had. We had a moment here with almost, supposedly even less wind, but we managed to stay. We managed to keep sailing at. We always had at least 4 or 5 knots of wind, so we managed to keep sailing. We didn't use the motor at all. So now, as you see, as we're moving north, we managed to keep the wind, and also the wind is bearing away, so it's going to be more behind us, to a point where if we go here, it's going to go completely behind us, and we are able to turn east. So that's the whole idea. Move the chart a little bit for you, and this is where the band of westerly wind starts, like right here. All this is we're talking latitude of about 35 degrees north. So this is where this is where we can count on westerly winds, and then we can move straight to Europe. So looks like we got lucky over here, because we managed to not to get becalmed anywhere. Instead we kept sailing, maybe sometimes slow. I mean, we had moments when we were sailing like 3-4 knots yesterday for an hour or so, but that was the worst of it, I think. And now let's look at day or two ahead. Let's keep going. As you see, as the boat is moving, we still manage to remain in some sort of wind. Maybe not big, but a good direction. So we'll be able to use it, and we'll be able to keep sailing if things stay the way they are. So that's good. We're happy. My whole idea of climbing the mast today kind of took a downturn because a big swell showed up from the northwest, sort of indicating that we're getting closer to westerly winds. I don't know if you can see this, but there's basically a big swell coming from this direction. We're pointing exactly north with our bows, but we have now a decent size swell that's moving us up and down slowly, and it's coming from the opposite direction in the wind. So that's indicating that we're getting closer to some serious winds. And so far so good. Still doing decent speed and not much of a wind. And we'll change the Genoa, which is this one, to the red gennaker soon. As soon as we establish what are these clouds doing, because that looks like a little bit of wind over there. Okay, so let's start with the command center. This is where we basically navigate, do all the weather, and communicate and whatnot. So this is our main computer for the navigation and for the weather, and we can switch it between the PC and the Mac. The Mac serves as they both serve as a backup of each other. They both have everything, but for the time being, for the ease of use, we have, if we switch, this is the PC, and we have a map here, running map, with the current position, course, and heading. And actually those two lines here, one is our track from New York to Martinique in November 2016, and one is our track from Bahamas to South America in 2017 or 18, I think. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So we just crossed both of them, and we're still going straight north. Yeah, when we switch back, we have Mac here with the weather forecast and all the other goodies. This we made a connection to email and text messages via the SATCOM, which I will tell you about in a second. Just keyboards for both PCs. There's a regular chart plotter with all the current data about the boat, the speed, the weather, wind speed, wind direction, position, heading, course, all that stuff. This is the main screen for electricity, Victron, and it shows us everything that's going on with our DC, AC power, solar panels and whatnot. And this is dedicated to solar panels. That's just showing what current production is, and also the production for the day. What else? Just a regular VHF radio here, and this shows us tank levels, which means we have a full fuel and about half full water. So sometime maybe today or tomorrow we're going to start making water again. This is a remote for the autopilot, and this is the very important piece. It's the Iridium Go, it's our SATCOM. This serves as our connection to the world. It pulls our forecasts, provides simple email and text messages, and we can also call, make voice calls through that. So it's very, very useful. It's important. We have a backup handheld Inmarsat phone, so we're good. And we also have another personal locator, so we have plenty of backups here. So that's the mission control. Okay, guys. So this is the main mission control. I already talked in detail about that one. That's basically the right side of the salon. So we organized it such a way that there's a big social area on the left, and actually there's a leftover after yesterday's cinema night, movie night. Anya's guitar, our famous toilet, the bow cabin, and then off we go. The other toilet, the electric toilet that we use when we're in civilization. And this creation, I love it, absolutely love it. This was a collective idea to put together the net. And Pavel actually put it together, and it's awesome. It's really cool. And we've got, thanks to this, we got veggies and fruit for a long time. This is my cabin with Anya. Normally it's with my Anya, and this is now with new Anya. With Anya that's sailing with us. Anyway, I kind of doubled up a little bit on the mission control over here. If you see, I sleep with a chart plotter next to my head, so this way I can always open my one eye and check things out. But usually, kind of after years of sailing, you kind of know what's going on thanks to just sounds and the feel. Oftentimes it doesn't require data to figure out what is going on with the boat. It's actually pretty obvious for someone who's been sailing for a while. Okay, going forward, let's go to the cockpit, and I will show you how we have the steering station, the helm station, right here. Again, another chart plotter that shows us all the current information, including radar display. And this one here is the autopilot panel, and that is the engine panel, control panel. And those here are automatic life jackets with satellite and AIS buoys with them, locators. So they never change place, everybody knows where they are, and in case if there's an emergency, we know, everybody knows how to use them. And there's the gennaker, our secret weapon against calm. I mean, because we only have about 5 knots of wind, and we're doing about 5 knots, so things are not too bad at all.
I'm not complaining. Our favorite solar panels that are supplying all the electricity that we need and more. We're usually charged to 100% well below noon at this point. Let's see. Robertik is here. He's keeping a watch on the gennaker so it doesn't fly off. And there's the view from the front. And every morning I do a bit of a inspection, including actually looking up the mast and with binoculars, checking out the rigging and just basically looking for any sort of signs of any kind of possible failure or anything being just not out of place, you know, any cracks, any chafed lines, ropes, anything like that. It's basically my daily routine. And in doing that in hope that I discover any kind of a problem well before it becomes a big problem. So that's about it. That's how we organize the boat for the Transat. That's how we organize the boat in general, but a few things that I showed you are also specially organized for the Transat, like the net, like the few things with the electronics, you know, that's especially for the Transat. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Oh, the fishing. Wait. You guys see this? There's our fishing gear. And yes, we have another seaweed salad today. And all that leads to a rubber bicycle tube that's supposed to...
Let us know.
No, it actually kind of works. We did catch a few big fish on this one. Good luck, Peter.
I don't wanna come on too strong. I'm always worried I'll stay too long. But what's on your mind tonight?
Of stupidity has reached a whole new level. We are watching Waterworld from the middle of the ocean. From the middle of the ocean. Oh my God! This is sailing at its best, you know. And this is how much electricity we have from the solar panels.
I wish that I could stay. Is it a mistake? Will my heart break? Or will you love when I say? What if I told you you took my breath away? Take you out so we can get a little closer now. Let's hear
Robertko! Robertko! Mail for you has arrived.
Jedziemy.
Jadziem. Ty widzisz?
Ja. Pokaż.
Ta-da. So let's say you have a radical situation when you're running with a 35 and 40 knot wind and you're doing 20 knots, right? Which actually has happened on this boat. And you're doing, let's say, 160 degrees to the wind, 150, 160. It's absolutely optimal at that point. Almost entire wind. What do you have on the sails? You have, well, let's say 150. On the sails you have probably about, give or take, 20 knots. Right? Maybe 25. 25. Mm-hmm. Something like that, right? Now let's say you get a gust, right? All you do, let's say from 150 you go to 170 and you reduce it by maybe another five knots, right? Now if let's say autopilot failed or you made a mistake and you actually went upwind, guess what? You're for a moment, as long as you have the speed, for a moment, the apparent wind can go all the way up to 50 something, or close to 60 knots, which will basically rip anything you got on the rigging. So you get the idea, right? I'm showing you a really radical situation, but even in small winds, it's basically the same physics, the same geometry. So that's why it's important on a fast monohull to bear away if you have a gust rather than or go to the wind, because if you're going from, let's say, reaching to the wind, then you're actually increasing wind significantly before you reach the moment when you flutter the sails. You know, so that's the big thing. Jak jedzonko? Ania jak zwykle się popisała.
Jest rewelacyjnie.
Robertowi nie pasuje. Sajderek pasuje. So Robertik just said that it's sunset number 6, but no, it's actually sunset number 4. And so we're closing our third full day, and for last hour we have just opened up another fourth 24th
Next
hour.
one will be absolutely different.
So this is end of day 3. But sunset is indeed beautiful. Check it out.
Oh yeah. Like every day.
Oh yeah, like every day.
Isn't that the best office in the world?
It is the best office in the world.
Sunset
Changing
too.
lines with Bartek during sunset. Very romantic.
Very romantic, indeed.
This thing we can play with.
Alright, so we're changing the sheet for the gennaker to a Dyneema sheet right here, because this one is making all kinds of crazy noises right here. You hear it and you can't sleep. So it's all pretty now, like this. And we spliced it. Now we're gonna put a shackle on the back, on the end of it, so we don't have to actually tie it every time we're doing it. And we can reuse it for the spinnaker. Okay. Now I'm gonna do something stupid, but since the wind is so super light, hopefully I can get away with it.
The original rope was squeaking against the deck and wouldn't let me sleep. The new one has only core and it's super slick, so it doesn't make any noises.
Oh. We dropped the valečky.
Valečky. Valečky.
Whatever that is in English.
Vałeczki. Alright. So let's see. Is it quiet?
There's no sound.
There's no sound. Oh my god. Cool. It's
No
quiet.
sound. Woohoo! And here's the rest of the sunset.
Orange boat on the Atlantic Ocean. Orange boat on the Atlantic Ocean. This is Polly.
Segredos da floresta de luz Pachamama, Pachamama, abre a consciência dos seus filhos a crescer.